Hello, everyone. Let's wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll start quickly. People should be joining in the session. Just give us 2 more minutes. Hello, Apurv. Okay, let's wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll quickly start. Okay, people are joining in. So today's agenda is very simple. I shall be walking you through some of the project ideas and then I'll explain you about some of the resume tips and all these things. And apart from that, we will also see how we can answer all your questions. Okay, how are you doing? I'm doing good. Thank you, Aishwarya. So the story is like yesterday there was a scheduled session and it was on PyCaret. So Moise had to cancel it because of some issues. So that was the reason I all of a sudden I scheduled a session so that because we had already told you, right, every Sunday I shall be conducting some session. That was the reason I scheduled yesterday, but again due to the live chat issue we had to cancel it. So already I know the session's topic is going to be live Q&A. So the questions have already started floating in, but we will wait for 1 more minute and then I'll start with the agenda. The agenda is very simple. I'll just show you the agenda. So we shall be talking about some of the project ideas, especially for freshers and for experienced professionals as well. We'll also be talking about some of the social profiles like LinkedIn, GitHub, Kaggle, how to prepare, how to, as in everybody prepares it, but how to prepare it in a presentable manner. Okay. After that, I shall be talking about some of the resume tips, and then also I'll tell you about the career path, which is I have already spoken about it in my previous videos, but again I'll do that, and then we'll have the Q&A session. So meanwhile, people are joining in, which is good. Already questions have floated in. Apurv has question. Aishwarya has a question. Okay, I'll answer that. In the meanwhile, if you have any questions, please start typing in. But let me just introduce myself. As you already know, my name is Satyajit, and welcome to my channel. And today's topic is going to be it's a live Q&A session where I shall be focusing more on what should be done by the freshers, by the experienced professionals who are trying to enter this field. Now, you are already trained on that, how to create resumes, how to do projects and all these things, but there has been a gap in the industry and that's quite evident. I have seen people not getting jobs who knows machine learning end to end, and they're not getting jobs. And there are people who are getting jobs, right? So something is missing. So I'll try to bridge that gap today. I have recently. Okay, Arun, I'll keep all the questions for the end of the session. Now, before that, I will talk about all the pointers, all the agenda which I have, and then we can talk about all the questions. Currently, I'm working on AS400. Want to move to a new technology? Okay. Okay. Most of the questions are related to how to switch and all these things. Let me cover what I have, and then probably you can get started with all your questions. Okay. Now, the agenda is very simple. We shall be discussing about the project ideas. Now, project ideas, first I will talk about the freshers and then I will talk about the experienced professionals. Okay. Now, for freshers, what people do is mostly people coming from any kind of background, mechanical background, from chemical background, from electronics background. The most common question is that is it possible to switch to data science and analytics? If it is possible, then how? Because we are not from the IT domain, right? Just try to understand that data science and analytics, however, it requires a programming language, which I think all the students might have studied because programming is something which is taught in the first semester, second semester, third and fourth semesters, right? Mostly from fifth semester onwards, you start reading your domain specific, your your area specific topics, right? So programming knowledge is mandatory obviously for data science, but without that also it's possible. So first thing is that there are multiple other options called as data analysis, business analysis, the BI domains, Power BI, Tableau. So there are ample amount of opportunities where people can choose without having programming knowledge background. But if you have at least zeal towards learning a programming language, trust me, Python is going to be very easy for you to understand. Hardly 15 to 20 days, you can easily learn it. I do have an end-to-end Python playlist which consists of 17 or 18 videos. If you will go through that, at least 30, 40%, 50% you will get it. And after that, it's all about practicing. Practice, 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 and it will work. Because see, Python itself is an easy language. On top of that, when it comes to machine learning, NLP, all these libraries, programming is, it becomes more easier when you start using the libraries. Okay, so that's one thing. Now coming on to the project ideas, what people do is normally this is, I'm not telling you might be doing it that way as well, but this is a normal thing which I have noticed because I usually hire for multiple companies, for my communities, for my friend startups and all these things. So most common project which I see is Titanic data set or some random regression problems, salary prediction, these kind of projects I usually see. So my main point of focusing in this part is always pick a project which is not that basic, because Kaggle has different difficulty level problems. It has easy problems, it has medium level problems, and it has difficult problems. So always first step is not randomly choosing a project and writing and copying the code from Kaggle or GitHub and then writing down in your resumes. Okay, it's not like that. Can you recommend some free coding platforms? I'll tell you that. Okay, so randomly, don't pick a random GitHub repository, copy the code, and run it. Whatever it is mentioned, just follow step by step by step and run it. That is not called as an end-to-end project. So for freshers, my only advice is that first thing, simply what you need to do is you have to first do a research on which area do you want to focus. For example, there are multiple domains. There are telecom domains, there are retail domains, there are insurance domain, banking domain, cyber security. There are many domains. Because you are a fresher, you are free to do a research on any type of domain. For example, you are doing a research on insurance. Okay, so what you need to do is insurance machine learning use cases. This is a simple trick which you need to do. You will find a tons of websites. Okay, I hope my voice is audible. Can somebody confirm? Okay, meanwhile, so you will find tons of blogs. Okay, 8 use cases for machine learning, 9 AI insurance applications. Lot of blogs will be there. I'm not telling you to follow the first blog. You have to follow each and every blog and then you try to understand what are the use cases. Okay, try to see this and you will get an idea how to get started with a project. For example, I arbitrarily pick this one. Okay, now you can see what are the machine learning use cases in the field of insurance. Guys, keep shooting your questions. I will answer all your questions in some time, probably in 30 minutes. Let me finish whatever I have to say. Okay, so let's say 8 machine learning use cases to improve service optimization, automation, and scale. Labs management, recommendation system, assessor assistant. Obviously, you have to read, then only you will understand what exactly is this. There are some other use cases as well, which is not mentioned here. If you start reading other blogs, you will find it. So there are many use cases like cross selling, like upselling. Okay, cross selling, upselling is nothing but, for example, you are, let's say we buy insurance products. Like, for example, I personally have two LICs. Okay, let's say I have one LIC. Now, okay, let's say I have I have one policy which is health insurance. Okay. Now, as a customer, if the company wants to sell me, they will what they will do is they will see what the other customers have taken. For example, there are 10 customers who have taken health policy plus one smoking insurance, something like that. Smoke something, or else health one and health two. There are two health policies. Okay, what they will do is they will try to recommend these health policies to me, and like me, they will also recommend to several other customers, and that's how they start selling to other customers as well. This is one of the use cases which is called as cross selling. Okay, similarly you have to do an analysis of all these things. Let's say recommendation system, now you want to work on this. I think this is what you like, recommendation system. Let's try to recommend insurance projects, insurance policies to the customers. Next step is insurance based recommendation system data sets. These are some of the keywords which I am using, simple keywords. See, I'm getting the data sets. You will also get codes, but always don't copy paste the code. Okay, take ideas, see what they have done, see, and then try to implement by yourself. Okay, so the main idea of this particular thing is that what I'm telling is always do a background check, always do a research on what you are working on. Don't blindly, let's say I have told you that you have to work on churn prediction. Don't blindly work on that. Understand what is that, understand what business benefits you will get by solving that problem, and then start working on that. Can you tell what are the struggles faces in your job searching times? Nice question, Viswa. I'll talk on that part. Okay, so this is one of the things. Once you understand the business, then you start implementing it. While implementing, honestly speaking, I don't recommend people to copy paste the codes, but you can take ideas. There will be tons and tons of codes. If you want to see, I can directly show you as well. See, this is one of the code. Okay, if I go back, let's say I just type Python, or else I'll just type GitHub. There will be tons of codes. Insurance recommendation system, insurance recommendation system, insurance recommendation system. Tons of code will be there, which will tell you tons of different ways of solving this problem. Okay, and then it eases your task. It eases your task, and then you can start working on it. And once you have done it, I always recommend to take help of Flask, and then productionize it. Productionize it means Flask basically helps you to convert a Python code to web application, right? Again, if you are new to Flask, just search Flask my name, you will get my videos and you can follow that. Okay, Nilam, what is churning is something like, let's say you are currently using Vodafone, and tomorrow you are not interested in Vodafone, and you probably Airtel is giving you better offers, so you churn. That means you leave the company. So when you leave, it's a loss to the company, it's a loss to the Vodafone company, right? So churning is a very global problem statement. It is present in all the scenarios. Even in gaming industry, in all the industries, churning works. Okay, so this is one of the project idea tips which I had to give you. Now coming on to the experienced professionals, so I will just do mix and match, so that I try to cover everybody, like, because most of the people might be experienced as well. So for experienced professionals, your task is more easier than a fresher, because you already know which industry you are currently working on, right? For example, you are working on e-commerce industry. Same, e-commerce, machine learning use cases, as simple as that. Then you will start doing a research. Give enough amount of time in the research part, then try to see what could be the possible use cases. Then your next step will be talking to your own manager, because it's always recommended to find an internal job. Once you start finding an internal job, now, because you already know machine learning and all these things, and you are in the job search process, okay, just consider you are in that scenario. So what should be done? You should always talk to your manager, asking some data sets. For example, he or she is not able to provide you data sets, you can talk to other managers. Start interacting with as much managers as possible, managers, senior managers. Go to directors also, that's not a problem. Just go to them, tell them that, hey, I have been practicing data science or machine learning since last 6 months. I have already done these Kaggle projects. Okay, can we get some real time projects or real time data so that I can prove myself? Because the first thing you need to do is you need to prove yourself, right? So ask that, and you tell them that I'm going to work on my leisure time. I'm not going to invest my company's time in doing this analysis. Okay. So once you start getting those data, it makes your life easier. Okay, they will have a confidence once you start building something and showcasing them, then portraying them what you have done in the company. They will have some confidence that okay, this candidate is actually, he knows, Mr. XYZ knows what needs to be done. So they will probably push you to the data science team or else give you more projects to explore. And once you get to work with real life projects, you know what the pain is, and then you can easily go for next interviews. Okay. Many more questions are coming in. How many projects should a fresher? Okay, I'll have all the questions noted. I will answer it one by one. What are the good resources to get an idea? Okay, I'll talk about that. Okay, so this is the advice which I wanted to give to the experienced professionals, because you already know which domain you are currently working on. Do a research on that particular domain, e-commerce or retail. Just you have to search. That's it. Once you search, people have been active so much that there will be tons and tons of blogs. You will find a lot of blogs, current use cases for machine learning in retail. So once you go through these blogs, you will understand okay, these are the areas where we can explore. Then once you go through this, then you can relate that okay, so I think I am in that team where we can actually do fraud prediction. For example, you are managing the network logs of XYZ company. So this use case will be very close to you. So it's all domain experience and all your knowledge which you have gained, and then when once you explore and understand the various machine learning use cases, then you try to relate that where you can be helpful, where you can apply this, and then you start getting the data from internal company, from your team, if it is not possible from your cross team, and then start working on it. Okay, this is the best idea. And once you get an internal job posting, then your life is bit easier to switch, because you already have some hands-on experience, and then you can easily switch. Okay, I will take a pause. I'll try to answer all the questions, and then I will move to the social profiles part. So I'll come from the beginning itself. Apurv had asked, I am from mechanical branch, what are the career opportunities after BE in AI? So as I already told you, Apurv, that when somebody is telling that data science and analytics is only for computer science engineers, it's not the right thing. I'm not sure who is telling that, who are those gurus, I'm not sure. But data science can be applied in every industry, in mechanical industry, in healthcare industry, in electronics industry, media industry, any kind of industry you can apply. You just have to do a research very specific to your mechanical background, and see what are the use cases. Okay. And even if your Python knowledge, you are scared about Python, that I cannot do programming and all these things, which I'm pretty sure you can do. But in case you are not sure, then what you can do is, there are ample amount of non-programming opportunities in the field of data science as well. Okay, I'll talk about that in the career path slide. Aishwarya, please explain project ideas for regression ML problems. Aishwarya, very nice question. Explain project ideas for regression problems. I Why I told it's a very good question is I wanted to talk on that. Regression problem, I don't tell that regression is not important, but regression is just for concept clearing. That's it. In industries, we rarely use regression problems. What is the reason for that? Why I'm telling that? Because in industry, I'm not sure if you are experienced or not. If you're experienced, you will be able to understand it. If not, you will be able to understand it as well. See, when it comes to real industries, we usually capture everything where there is a date parameter. For example, telecom. Okay, telecom, I have all the customer data, right? Let's say I want to forecast, if I want to do some kind of forecasting, I always have a date column. because whenever we capture anything in the database, we usually have the date columns, system date and the update date as well, right? Now when you have a date column in any kind of regression problem, the problem statement changes from a regression problem to a time series analysis. And when it comes to time series analysis, there are abundant use cases, there are n number of use cases. So you can also call time series analysis as a regression problem. What could be the use cases? Irrespective of the domain: exchange rate forecasting, cryptocurrency forecasting, stock forecasting. If I'm working in telecom, so what we do is, in my one of my previous companies, we capture the CPU utilization, the memory utilization, file utilization, all these things. That forecasting. For example, uh, if you have like for example, if you have the CPU utilization for the past 10 months, now using that data, you can also do a forecasting and predict when your CPU utilization is going to breach a threshold of 80%, right? So there are hell lot of use cases when it comes to time series analysis. Any kind of forecasting you can pick. I have recently completed ML course and did couple of projects. Arun is basically asking, I have recently completed the ML course and did couple of projects. Should I apply for the job, or I have to keep continue doing the projects? See, start applying for jobs. Start applying for jobs, then only you will know what are the probable questions which are being asked in the industries. If you face those questions, you will understand more what which area should you focus more on. Because I can tell you from day one itself that whenever you are focusing on any project in data science interviews, what happens is we usually ask the candidates about the projects which is mentioned in the resume. For example, you have mentioned image classification. Let's say you have mentioned facial mask image classification problem. Okay, so if I am the interviewer, I will ask you everything about CNN, because facial mask is nothing but image classification, or it could be video classification as well, video based classification. So I'll ask about CNN, I'll ask about optimizers, I will ask which optimizer did you choose, I will ask which sigmoid function did you choose, how many hidden layers did you choose, how did you finalize that four hidden layers was basically the best for your use case. These kind of questions I will ask you. What business problem are you solving? These kind of questions I will ask you. Okay, so whenever you are preparing, you are writing something on your resume, make sure you know end to end everything about it. And regarding your question, start your job hunt from today itself. Start preparing your resume, start applying for jobs, and in parallel you can keep continuing your projects as well. Okay. Teja is asking, I am working on AS 400, want to move to a new technology, I need career guidance from you. Teja, you can easily, uh, I would not say easily, but at least you can get started with data science and analytics. Uh, there are ample amount of opportunities, as I said. So there are many opportunities: data analysis, business analysis, business intelligence. There are ample amount of opportunities for you, not for you, for everyone. So you can easily go for it, because data science is something which is growing, and in the next 2 years definitely this is going to be a mandatory skills in each and every job opening, any kind of opening. This is going to be a mandatory, skill set. Aishwarya, you are asking about, can you recommend some free coding platforms? Now, why do you need some free coding platforms? You can easily search for Python questions, and you can install your ID, Spider or Anaconda or anything, and start practicing. That's it. You don't have to do online coding. Like, you don't have to use online coding platforms, but you can also go for lit code. I think lit code also has uh, entirely, it's not free, I think, but you will also get a lot of questions here. hacker rank also Hacker rank also you can try. But if you ask me, what I do is I usually go for Python advanced questions, something like this, and then I just advanced programming questions, and then I just get the questions. uh, you can also find pattern based questions and all these things. Take the questions and just try it in your own ID. That's it. That's what I do, and that's what I recommend everyone as well. Okay. Uh, Actually, I am. Arun is asking. I am BCom plus CMA. I'm not sure what is CMA. If you can tell me what is CMA, I will be able to help you out. Graduate doing the job in finance. Recently completed the ML course. Would I face any challenge in the interview because I am from finance background? No. Th- there are scarcity of finance based analysts, so there will be no problem in that. If you just focus on the finance areas, that will be more relevant for you. But non finance companies also, it's fine. You can easily get a job in finance, insurance sectors, or banking sectors. That's not a problem. Okay. Azmat is asking, I want to learn machine learning and AI. Should I start with data science? And machine learning is a part of data science. So machine learning, data science, everything is same because data science is nothing but study of data, right? So if you want to start with the field of data science and analytics, first thing is you have to learn Python. If you are not confident on Python, you can get started with the data analysis part. So you'll have to go through statistics, EDA, exploration of data, all these things you have to learn. You have to also learn some BI tools like Power BI, ClickSense, or Tableau, and you are good to go. In case you are willing to know more, probably you can. I think you will find my LinkedIn profile in the description below. Just reach out to me. I'll try to help you out. Any finance projects? Multiple finance based projects. Abundant projects in finance industry. I'll just show you. So insurance sector is also called, technically called as finance as well. So there are a lot of use cases like risk management, fraud detection, prevention, uh, credit score. I think finance, credit score analysis. A lot of use cases are there. I'm not pretty familiar with finance, but I do know about insurance. But in finance, I have to just do a research on that. Algorithmic trading, like cryptocurrency forecasting, all these things probably could be. Why it's loading? Okay, not sure what's wrong. Okay, uh, is my screen visible? Okay. What else? What else? You got this, Aishwarya. Can you tell what are the struggle faced by you in your job search times? Okay, so when so I applied the same strategy. What I did was I started learning in my first organization, and then I moved internally to another team. So when I moved, basically moved from I was working as a Java developer. So when I moved to another team, that team was basically, it was L3 support team. So I had to move from Java to L3 because support teams has more, they have more data, right? They have more access to the database. They have the production level data, and I did some reporting stuff, some dashboarding stuff, some forecasting models there, gained some hands-on experience like 6 7 months, 8 months, and then I did switch. Okay, that was my strategy. Struggles are same for freshers and for experienced professionals. Sometimes what happens is, one of the common issue is that when the interviewer is not experienced enough, this is a very common mistake, because for me, I have also been interviewed by 2 years experienced guys. Like in one of my previous interview attempts, when I was in Hong Kong itself, I applied for one of the startups, and one 2.5 years experienced professional was interviewing me. I don't mind doing that. I have also been interviewed by less experienced candidates before, which I enjoyed. But this experience was something very bad because he was kind of mocking me what I had done. So let's say, for example, he asked me that, how did you manage to do this project end to end? When I explained him that I used this, used Kafka, I used Druid, and this is how the flow of data went. This is how I was storing in the NoSQL database. He was kind of mocking me. Like his reaction was something like, "Oh, is it like?" I mean, it could have been done in that way, in this way, in that way. And I was like, of course, it can be done in multiple ways. Why I choose that way was very specific to my problem statement, and very specific to my company. My company is willing to use Druid. They are willing to use Kafka, so I had used it. If I had the option to choose MongoDB, I could have done that. So these kind of problems occur, and there could also be scenarios where you will be asked on what they know. Like experienced professionals, experienced interviewers, they will always try to evaluate somebody based on your resume. Let's say I have project 1 and project 2 in my resume. They will be asking around that project 1, project 2, and what could be the probable scenarios. A good interview will do that, but a bad interviewer, he will ask what he knows. Okay, so in that case, you will be in trouble because already data science and analytics is huge, right? And it's not mandatory for everyone to be an expert in all the fields. Like I know NLP, but I'm not an expert in that. My expertise is on data science, on deep learning part, on computer vision, and on machine learning. So if you ask me in depth NLP, hands-on experience, I will not be able to look because I haven't implemented it. I will not be able to answer that, but I will be able to answer theoretically, right? So this is what happens. This is a very common mistake. So it all depends upon your luck, and it's all up to God. So I cannot give you any suggestions for that. How many projects? Where was that? I saw somewhere. I'm sorry, I scrolled a little bit fast. I have completed. Can't we use time series in machine learning? Yes, Subham, you can use. How many languages should I learn? Should I need to learn? Python, that's it. If you are, because Python is taking more than 70% of the market right now. So if you learn Python, basics to intermediate, that should be enough. You shouldn't be a pro Python developer. I don't know, like I am not very well versed with Python. So that's fine. Follow my playlist, you will be able to understand. That's it. What's the criteria of choosing the number of hidden layers and nodes? So Shubham, the okay, this is a very technical question. I'll try to answer that as well. So number of hidden layers depends on multiple things. Okay, usually when you have more hidden layers, it is seen that you improve on your accuracy. Okay, but after certain point of time, see, it all depends upon your hyperparameter optimization and all those things. So we cannot say very specifically that 4 is a good number or 5 is a good number. It all depends. For example, in two hidden layers you are getting 95% accuracy, or else 90% accuracy. In in four hidden layers you are getting 91% accuracy. So two hidden layers 90% and four hidden layers 91%. Two hidden layers is taking you 30 minutes, four hidden layers is taking you 50 minutes. So it is up to you. It's up to your decision making as a data scientist whether for that 1% increase will you be okay to negotiate your 20 minutes time or not. Okay, it all depends. But drastically if you say, see, obviously 2 and 10, let's say in 100 epochs you are getting 80%, and in 200 epochs you are getting 900. Obviously you will go for 200. But number of hidden layers, nodes, all these things, these are like, there is no right or wrong for that. You just have to hit and trial and see how your model behaves. Okay. Sometimes companies expectations and JD is more than our current knowledge. How to handle the situation? Amit, okay, so what happens is sometimes companies put in a lot of information. Okay, I'll tell you some real scenarios. Okay, now what happens is, okay, I'll not talk about a very recent scenario because I'll be in trouble, but one of my previous scenarios I will tell. When I joined the company, I was the first data scientist. Okay, and when I had applied the job, there was no data scientist in the team. So who created the JD? The JD was created by the technical manager who was not well versed with data science. So what he does is he just did some random search from his point of view. He did some random search. Okay, these are the things which is required for a data scientist, are in neural networks, NLP, all these things. Let's put everything. Okay, so for you, you just try to write whatever you know. That's it. But whatever you are writing, you have to be very good with that. So always, what you need to do is check the JD, pick the skills. For example, let me give you an example and explain. Let's go to LinkedIn. I think nobody will give you these kind of tips. I'm giving everything for free, guys. Just hit the like button and please share it among your friends. Let's say I'm searching for data science. Okay, hit the like button, guys. I'll give a 2 minutes break. Just hit it, and also try to share it with your friends as well. Okay, let's say this one. There is no necessity to have all the experience. Nothing to worry about that. Hands-on experience with Python or R. So what I do is I will just note down. Obviously it is a tedious task because for each and every job you have to do that. But if you don't have a job, you have to do this because this trick works. Let's say Python, R. What else? Analytics using industry leading BI tools. So they have mentioned BI tools. So let's say I know Power BI, so I will mention Power BI. Okay. Implementation knowledge of supervised, unsupervised machine learning. Let's say in your resume, you have mentioned classification. For example, built a classification problem for churn analysis. For example, this is what you have mentioned in your resume. Just tweak it. Built a supervised model in brackets classification for churn analysis. So this keyword is being matched. Okay, so what happens is when you apply, then there are less amount of chances that your resumes will be rejected. Okay, good statistical analysis. Statistics word is there. As we already are working in data science, we know statistics. Write the word statistics in your statistics. Write this word in your resume. Okay, experienced in using big data frameworks like Hadoop, knowledge of business intelligence tools. You can write Power BI business intelligence tool. Okay, okay, just using Power BI uh, developed so and so dashboard. Okay, something like that. Experienced in big data frameworks like Hadoop. Let's say you don't have experience on that. That's fine. Don't have to mention it. So it's not mandatory to have everything. Python or R, I know Python, so I will mention Python. Simple. Or else you can also write 5+ years of experience in Python, and or else you just mention Python and R. When they ask you in the interviews, just tell them that I'm more confident on Python than R. As simple as that. Okay. Okay. Let me read the latest comments. Okay. Okay. Let me cover everything from top itself. How many projects? Okay. How many projects should a fresher should write on the resume? I prefer 2 to 3 projects is more than enough. Try to just and 1 page of resume is enough for a fresher. Okay, 2 to 3 projects enough. Sir, I have completed Python statistics, but how to start project in beginner level? Okay, so beginner level projects, if you now it all I mean I'm not sure if so if you just have studied you have studied machine learning, right? You wrote, sir, I have completed Python ML statistics, how to start a project. So I think I have already explained it, right? You start doing a research on any domains, retail, e-commerce. If you are confused, just do research on all the fields, and then if you like XYZ, then you pick that, and then do further analysis on what are the use cases in that domain. Pick one use case, find a data set on Kaggle, and start implementing it. Okay. What are the good sources to get an idea about Python coding questions asked in the screening rounds? Mostly, mostly Python questions. See, what happens is they mostly in data science. What happens is they will give you some coding. What is that? Some coding tests. Okay, coder pet tests or some coding tests or something like that. So those things you can. It's very difficult to tell, but yeah, you have to have experience, you have to have knowledge on the advanced level of questions as well. But honestly speaking, in face to face interviews, they mostly don't ask Python based questions. So mostly in data analysis they will ask you some advanced SQL questions. So what are the advanced SQL questions? Again, you will have to search. What I do is I just search advanced SQL questions, or else you just ask FANG SQL questions for data analysis, and you will get a tons of videos, tons of links. You will follow that. Okay. Oh my god, it's too sir, answer my question please. I think Nilam, I have answered, right? In case you you don't have clarity yet, just let me know. How many languages should I learn? I already answered. One is enough. But when it comes to when you gain experience down the line, 2 years, 3 years, then you start knowing about more languages as well. Like on the go you have to learn. For example, one of my previous companies, they needed Java. I knew Java. Some companies they work on C++, so you have to learn C++. So it's all depends. Initially starting with Python is more than enough. Sir, what is the criteria? Okay, I answered that. I completed BSc graduation, interested in data science. Okay, Vishal, you can reach out to me in case you have any questions. I will try to help you out. Yes, Ishan, thank you. You can also create your own crypto. That was the answer to the finance question. If we complete the machine learning course with all the algorithms, should I apply for only ML roles? Uh, Ravi Chandra, machine learning and data science are same. So you can apply for machine learning roles. You can apply for data science roles. Okay. Completed the ML. Should I do DL or is ML enough to get the job? Again, same. Get started with DL. Not you don't have to ask me those questions. Always get started with the future topics and all these things, and start hunting for jobs with respect to machine learning. And once and let's say today you have a job a resume very specific to machine learning. You don't know anything about deep learning, and you start applying for jobs. After 7 days, you learnt about ANN, CNN. Add it. Add it in your resume. Simple. Uh, okay, Amit, how to apply for on-site job opportunities at the moment? If you are asking about abroad job opportunities, at the moment, as you already know, India is in red zone. So for the timing, it's very difficult. But abroad job opportunities, there are multiple opportunity. There are multiple options for fresher, not for freshers, for experienced professionals. So there is a website called as VanHack. This is obviously they have their paid courses and all these things, paid premium plans and all these things. But this is a very legit website. I know the CEO of this company, Ilya. So they usually hire talents. Okay, and it's a Canada-based company, so they will have a lot of opportunities into Canada. Apart from that, there is a website called as honeypot.io. Honeypot.io is very good for developers. Two of my very close friends have also got jobs in Germany through this particular portal. I also had a job opportunity when 2 years back, but I choose Hong Kong because of monetary aspects. But yeah, this is one of the websites where you can also start creating your profile. And what they will do is they will just they will just check your profile and they will approve it. Once your profile is live, employers will have access to your profiles and they will reach out to you. Okay. Apart from that, talent.io is also one of the websites. Three websites I know. Any more websites? I think there is one website which one of my European friend was telling. I don't remember at the moment, but I will up. I'll keep that in mind. I'll post it in the description or in the pinned comment. Okay. Okay. Hi Satyajit. I guess I know you. Okay. Shambhu Datta. Thank you. Yes, I am from Odisha as well. Raj has asked me. Okay, he's basically answering yes, go for DL also because it mainly focuses on real world. Yeah, in deep learning in computer vision, if you know computer vision, you can easily land up a job in startups or mid-level startups. But when it comes to MNCs, very few, very rare companies are using deep learning techniques. Okay, Ankita, currently working in data analytics, visualization. So how easy or or difficult would it be to switch into data science? Very, very easy because you are already working into the analytics domain. Okay, so it's going to be very easy. What is the major difference between both? See, the major difference is nothing. Data science, majorly, data science and analytics is the main domain. It's the main outer circle, I would say. Internally, it has multiple career paths. One is going to be your data analysis, one is going to be your BI, data visualization and data storytelling, and one is going to be your core data science, which includes machine learning, NLP, deep learning, computer vision. Okay, some people are not fond of programming languages and all those things, so they choose the business analysis and the data analysis field. So of course, if you are already into data analysis, life is easier. You can easily learn about the machine learning algorithms and you can easily switch to data science domain as well. But there is no such difference. If you are talking from the monetary aspects, data analysis itself has enough opportunities to grow as well, so you don't have to switch to data science. But it's up to you, it's your call. It's your call. Freelancer data analyst. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Ankita, you can also start freelancing. You can also, there are ample amount of portals. Fever, you can start being a seller in that particular website, freelancer.com. I know many people in my LinkedIn profile who earn like 40,000, 50,000 by freelancing. Freelancer, Upwork, freelancer, Upwork, Fever. But if you personally ask me, this is one of the most relevant websites you can get started with. Become a seller, you just search it, you will get the link and you just start creating your profile and start creating your gigs. And you, okay, Fiverr, become a seller. Very simple. Start selling on Fiverr and you start creating your profile and start having your gigs. And one good thing about this portal is that you could have multiple gigs. For example, you know data analysis, you know Power BI, you know Tableau. So you can create 3 to 4 different gigs. Okay, gigs means different jobs. So once you create that, people will reach out to you for any kind of help. What are the algorithms are now using? There is no questions for that, Viswa. It depends upon the use cases. Many algorithms are used. Okay, Hima, nice question. I forgot. Yes, in the group I had told I will cover that. Resume is already there in the second part. I There are so many questions. I'm not able to finish that. Hima, just stay tuned. I will cover the resume part in the second option, like the social profiles. Any other? Is data structures and algorithms necessary? Yes, Debashis. As we are learning Python, because obviously if you know about data structures and algorithms, how to format codes, refactoring of codes, all these things will be beneficial because ultimately as a data scientist it won't be that important, but for machine learning engineers or NLP engineers who are working on the coding part, it's going to be very important, right? If we want to start our career as data analytics or ML engineer, what where can we find the sources? So for machine learning engineer or NLP or deep learning, I don't think you will find a very specific resource where you will get everything. But when it comes to data analysis, I think I do have most of the EDA, Satyajit. So sorry about the wall. I think for EDA, you will have my links. For Python also, I have an end-to-end playlist. So EDA I have. Let me show you what all I have. I think people should explore these things. I do have a lot of things into data analysis, which will help you get started with it. Of course, there are some additional things which you need to learn, but it's okay to get started with these things. Python, I have. Okay, end to end, 17,
Are you confused about how to
16
get started with?
videos. Power BI also I have. Two videos end to end along with the use case as well, and ED also I have. Apart from that, I don't think basics of statistics is also required, but again, statistics is a huge topic, right? So there could be topics like hypothesis testing. uh, what are the probability distribution, p-value scores, sampling techniques. These are some of the topics which you need to learn. Central limit theorem, all these things. Okay. Vishal, sorry sir, but I didn't understand what you are telling. Okay. Vishal, if you have a question, ask me again. I will try to answer it in a easier format or an easier way. Aishwarya, from where to learn stats for data science? I can probably give you some topics. Just connect with me on LinkedIn. I will just give you some topics so that you can get started with it. But there are enough courses online as well. You can check the courses, but yeah, those courses will be paid, so it all depends up to you. If you want to learn it faster, you have to go for paid courses. If you want to learn it freely, you can go for free courses, or else you have to do some research and find the resources, right? Get in touch with me. I will try to give a heads up. I'll try to help you out. Okay. Vishal, if you have any questions, just ping. I will see if I can answer. Let's move on to the next topic, which is our social profiles: LinkedIn, GitHub, Kaggle. Now, obviously, LinkedIn profile helps. My only advice to people is that to have as much, you have to keep, if you have to engage every day, you have to keep posting every day on LinkedIn, be it on anything. Let's say today you studied about linear regression. Start writing a blog. Okay, start writing a blog, and then once you wrote that blog, start preparing some slides. Go to slides.google.com, start preparing some slides. It could be anything. You can see I have many slides. For example, hypothesis testing. It's not that fancy, but whatever it is, it doesn't take much time. Like, what is hypothesis testing? What is a hypothesis? What is null hypothesis? Simple. You just have to find some templates and start doing some these kind of things. Once you start preparing these things, post it on LinkedIn. You have to be very frequent. Only when you post more and more, you start creating connections. Okay, when you start creating connections, then obviously your reach will increase, your social presence will increase. Okay, these things are very important. Apart from that, GitHub and Kaggle. Now, Kaggle and GitHub, obviously, these are very important websites for beginners or people who want to switch to data science. I have already been working in data science domain, so I don't have a very strong Kaggle profile, but still, uh, bits and pieces I do something. So I'm three times expert, 3x expert in Kaggle, but there are more ranks in Kaggle as well. There are master, there are grandmaster, a lot of things are there. Start creating your Kaggle profile, and there are four options in Kaggle. One is competitions, data sets, notebooks, and discussion. Start with discussions. In discussions, what exactly is discussions? You have to go to multiple repositories, multiple things. You have to start commenting, start appreciating people, start engaging, and all these things. Once you are good with discussions, start moving on to notebooks. Whatever you are doing, let's say you created one linear regression model, very simple, 5 lines of code, now not a problem. Upload it on Kaggle. Once you upload it, share it with your friends. Datasets is basically a little bit difficult because here you have to upload datasets to increase the Kaggle community. So it is a bit difficult for beginners. Don't focus on that. Notebooks and discussions are very important, and competitions. Now, what is competitions? If you go to competitions, there will be multiple competitions. There will be some paid competitions, there will be some free competitions as well. Start applying for it. Now, you can only apply once you have good amount of knowledge. Okay, even if you are doing very bad, horrible, it's okay, start applying for it. And that's how you create your Kaggle profile. Coming on to GitHub also, on day one, if you are starting your journey today, even if you're not starting today, let's say you are thinking to start next month, I will recommend you to create your GitHub profile today itself. In the call itself, go to GitHub and open a profile. At least open, because down the line it will show you when you had created your first GitHub repository. Okay, so it all depends. Now you can see GitHub repositories. Whenever somebody visits my profile, this is how it will look like. I have created all these things. You can copy paste, you can copy it. I will however not recommend you to copy, but you can at least take some ideas and do it. And there are multiple other profiles as well. You just have to search GitHub best profiles. You can see a lot of profiles you will get. Okay, I don't recommend you to copy every profile. So this is how this profile looks like. Hey, I'm Stanley and all these things. I am a graduate working in this, that, some tools I use. And once you start creating your profile, you have to upload your work. Let's say today you worked on a linear regression problem, upload it. So anything, I had done one resume exercise, I had uploaded it. So whatever I do, even a small thing, it's not mandatory to be a Python code or something. It can be presentation also, but it's recommended if it is code. Okay, so any small projects also I do, I upload it on my GitHub profile. And this is how my GitHub profile looks like. If somebody visits my GitHub profile for the first time, this is how it looks like. Okay, followers, these are my GitHub followers, not much, because getting GitHub followers are a little bit difficult. These are my YouTube subscribers, 7,500. YouTube views, these are some of my details. Get in touch with me, this, my these things. Also, these are some basic things. Okay, this is how you can create your GitHub profile and Kaggle profile. Very important for beginners. Okay, let's move on to the chat section. Any chat coming in? Any questions? Very useful playlist. Thank you, Faisal. Recently graduated in BSc IT. What is the first step to start my career? Vishal, if you are from BSc IT background, you're obviously you have to plan for masters. Okay. In parallel, masters is parallel thing. In parallel, start learning about Python. Okay. As you told that what I'm telling you are not able to understand, so I'm telling slowly. Python is the very first task you need to learn. How to get started with Python? There are many W3 schools also have Python end to end. Free Python tutorial. My YouTube has Python. Just go to my YouTube, go to my playlist. There will be Python. Start learning it. It will take around 15 days or 10 days to learn Python. And then once you learn about Python, then slowly you can ping me on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn profile will be there in this video description, and I will guide you. Okay. But this is how the career path looks like: Python, then statistics, then SQL, then exploration of data, categorical analysis, numerical analysis, then one of the BI tools, Power BI or Tableau or Click, and after that, machine learning, NLP, deep learning. Lot of things to learn, looks complicated, but don't worry, everything will be all right. Okay. Which cloud platform would be your choice for data science? There is nothing such. I cannot answer that question, Nandan. Oh, Nandan. Hi, Nandan. Okay, so Nandan was basically my previous, I mean, colleague in my previous company. So he is already a cloud expert. He's just pulling my legs. But yeah, the answer to this question is there is no such clear winner for data science. I mean, when it comes to ease of work, drag and drops, Azure will be the best choice. But of course, when from an industrial point of view, when you take some decisions that which platform is better, Azure, GCP, or AWS, it all comes to money. Because if the company is not willing to spend money, even if you, as an architect, if you tell them that AWS is doing the best, they will not take, right? So it all depends upon what your company needs, what's your budget and all these things. Based on that you can take decisions, but there is no such difference which is better for data science. For ease of work, Azure could be the better option. Can I upload any language on GitHub? Yes, any language. GitHub accepts every language. Small codes also you start pushing, nothing to worry about. Vishal, yes sir, I prefer W3 school. Thank you, Vishal. You can get started with W3 school. But W3 school is something which is text based, right? You just have to read it and learn it. My videos are video based. So you will get more understanding in that, but it's up to you. I am a beginner in data science. I want to work on Kaggle dataset with reference of other people. How already upload in Kaggle? Sure, should I also upload? I couldn't get you correctly, but I'm trying to understand. I am a beginner in data science. I want to work on Kaggle datasets with reference of other people. Okay, who already uploaded in Kaggle? Okay, so okay, I got your question that you are referencing to some datasets which are already a part of Kaggle. They are already uploaded. Can you copy paste it and do that? Copy pasting is not allowed. You can take a reference, you can take the ideas, take the steps, but implement your own algorithm, tweak your own changes, change the variables. So that's the main idea. Like, you take the idea and implement yourself. Take references, that's fine, because steps are going to be very same. Everybody will apply the feature selection step, then feature engineering, then model building, then hyperparameter. So there is nothing, no changes in that part. Okay, so you can take the ideas but don't directly copy paste it. Okay. Oh, okay, no questions so far. Let's move on to the next topic, which is going to be the resume tips. Okay, I think one of my previous sessions was also on resume. In case you want to have more understanding on resumes, you can probably go through that particular video. But as I have it in my agenda, I will also cover little bit about resume building. Okay, data science templates. I'm not sure if I can find it or not. So this is one of the links. You can just go through this link. I will probably send you in the chat box. Okay. Uh, so it has templates. Okay, one template, two template. Let me just close it. There are two experience templates. There are one fresher template, and there is one PDF file as well. I will go through it. Effective resume. Okay, as I told you, this I don't want to do a repetitive session. You can go through this particular lecture, just last week lecture, or else search effective resume Satyajit by my name, or just go through my channel. You will find it. Okay. See, I had explained everything in details, but I will. That is the reason I will quickly jump onto the uh, resume itself. Okay. I don't want to show my resume, so I will show a demo resume. So this is how a demo resume looks like. For freshers, it is recommended to have one page. For experienced professionals, 2 pages. That's it. Not more than 2 pages. I can summarize anybody's profile in 2 pages. Even if you have 20 years of experience, then also 2 pages is more than enough. Okay, here goes your name. Now, where did I get this template? Somebody was asking me what is the best website to create resumes. Okay, so the best website to create resumes freely is docs.google.com. Go to that, go to templates. You will find templates. See, this is one of the templates. It's- Okay. See, such beautiful templates. Why do you need some free websites? And mostly, see, there are some demerits about free websites as well. Okay. They will have some fancy resume building things as well. There are some disadvantages which is difficult to explain to you, but the thing is that yeah, you can just use these templates, which is more than enough. Like I myself use it, so obviously I can assure you, you can also use it. It will be beneficial. Okay, here comes your location, here comes your mobile number, your email id, here comes your embeddings. Let's say you have LinkedIn profile and you want to add LinkedIn profile. Here, insert images, search the web, LinkedIn, add it. Okay, it's too big, make it small. Okay, and then click on here, click on here, and type in your LinkedIn profile. Let's say this is my LinkedIn profile. Sorry, type in. That's it. So whenever you are passing your PDF format, the HRs will be able to click it. Right now, your question will be, what if they open it in doc format? Now, if they open it in doc format, they will identify these are icons, so they will definitely go and check the PDF formats. Okay, but when it comes to face-to-face interviews, you can create your own version as well. You can just, instead of this, you can just write down your LinkedIn profile here like this, and then have your YT profile, all these things. So these are minor tweaks, you don't have to ask me. This is your about you, experience, companies. So always use these words like collaborated, mentored, reviewed, built, analyzed, implemented. So all these things are very important. So I have already mentioned what are the powerful keywords to use: solved, managed, developed, presented, completed, surpassed, invented, simplified, initiated, negotiated. These are all power keywords. Okay, just go through this repository, go through the previous video, you will understand it. Okay, education. Right side comes your licenses and certifications, your hobby, your languages. Now, when it comes to freshers, small tweaks. That's it. This is how a fresher resume looks like. So instead of your experience, I have just changed it to internship experience. So wherever you have done your internships, you can write it. Okay, like this, education and side projects. Side projects. Now, what are side projects? For example, just imagine you have worked on retail domain. Okay, two of the companies are retail domains. You are applying for a telecom company, you don't have a telecom project here, what to do? But you have worked on telecom project, so you can easily write down here. Instead of this, just write uh, telco customer churn analysis, something like that. So worked on this use case when I was working on some startup as a freelancer, something like this. I'm not telling you to fake, but just write. If you have done it, then write it. If you haven't done it, you have time, 3-4 days there will be time for resume screening, right? So just write it down and then practice that use case, nothing to worry about. Now some of the questions will be, sir, I don't have an internship experience, what to write? So just change this to projects. Instead of internship experience, change it to projects. Instead of companies, just write solar panel detection. Okay, what is this? This could be churn analysis, something like this. Start and write 2 or 3 projects, that's it. Side projects also you can mention, up to you. So this is how you should write. Right side you can write down your skills. Now skills should always be based on your LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn jobs. You go to the jobs. Let's say you are applying for machine learning. Okay, this is the job, and you have to scan all these things. PyTorch, TensorFlow. So write TensorFlow. Now, this means you, if you have worked on TensorFlow, then write it. Okay, it's not like you will tell tomorrow, Satyajit sir have told me to write it down as it is. So it's not like that. If you know, then write it down. Okay, but the main idea is clear, right? You have to pick the skill sets, and if you know, if you really know that, okay, Out of these 10 requirements, at least I know 5 or 6. Then you can apply for it. And if your confidence level is too low that, hey, I haven't worked on computer vision, I haven't worked on TensorFlow, I haven't worked on GANs, I just have worked on these things, but I don't think I will be a good fit. Move on to the next job. Nothing to worry about. Okay. These are the resume tips which I would like to give you. What else? Let's go back. Sir, is being the term provides placement guarantee. Sham, nobody gives you a job guarantee. Nobody gives you a job guarantee. You can, if you want, you can also go for upgrade. There are ample amount of companies. Upgrade is one of them. Upgrade is there. The Great Lakes is there. These are the giant companies. These are the edutech giant companies who charges like 3 lakhs, 3.5 lakhs, all these things. Okay. Even they don't have job guarantee programs. So job guarantee none of the companies gives. If the company is giving a job guarantee, then it could be a scam. So just be aware of it, because job guarantee is not only dependent on data science, it also depends upon your communication skills. Now today, if I teach you everything, tomorrow if you get rejected based on your communication skills, that's not my problem, right? My problem is to give you opportunity. So there is no job guarantee. Sir, I'm facing challenge in the stats part. Can you tell me the best way how I cover stats? Bhanu, just reach me out on LinkedIn. I will probably give you some topics to go through. Okay. Can you share the drive link for resume? Rishikesh, just go to my channel. Everything is there in my channel. I'm just telling repeatedly, people are not following. No, just kidding. It's okay. You can ask me a number of doubts. Just go to this, write an effective resume, click on this video, some ad will be played, just watch it. Up to you. And then okay, here presentations to be shared, but scroll down in the pinned comment, you will find the link. Go to this link. Okay, you will get it. Or else I will just paste it in this group. You can just take a screenshot and type it. Up to you. Okay, so what else? Sir, I have completed Python basics. How to improve logics part in coding? uh, I mean, yeah, you just have to practice, Subham. There is no concrete answer to this. Just practice. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Do we have any next topic? Okay, next topic is career path. Now, career path, it's not very fancy, but I just have a small. These are some of the tips which I wanted to share. I think I covered most of them. Internet presence is must. So start creating your Naukri, all these profiles. Push whatever codes you have to GitHub. Write blogs. Yeah, this is one of the important points, guys. Start writing blogs. Now there are many companies who are promoting bloggings, Medium, Analytics Vidya, Bing Datum itself. Even if nobody has that option, you just start writing on a piece of paper or in a Word document. That is more than enough, because blogging is one way of improving your skills. For example, let's say I'm doing research on speech analytics. Okay, let me talk about an easier example. Let's say I'm just doing a research on what is PCA. Okay, principal component analysis. Okay, this is one of the feature scaling techniques. So you start reading multiple blogs, you start reading multiple videos and all these things. So start writing points. So principal component analysis, what is that? This is one of the process for computing the principal components. This is one of the feature scaling technique. So start writing points. Very similar to the college days when we were reading something, we were making notes of that, right? You just have to make notes. From those notes, you just have to convert it into a good looking note. That's it. A good looking note is a blog, and that you can convert it into a blog. And blogs will be helpful because it will have internet presence down the line. After 2 years, if you remember, you can remember that, oh, I already have a blog on PC. That will give you a good feeling. On top of that, tons of people will know about you, that so Mr. XYZ had posted this blog in 2019. So I still remember it, so people will know more about it. Your social presence will increase, so blogging also helps you out. And once you start writing a blog, blindly we don't write on any topic, right? Whenever, let's say you tell me that, Satyajit, can you write something on cryptocurrency? Let's say I don't know anything about cryptocurrency. How can I write it? I cannot write it on cryptocurrency, right? First I need to do a research. What is cryptocurrency? I will study multiple blogs, I will study multiple research papers, I will go through multiple videos, then I will write down the topics, right? So all this research process helps you in your knowledge building itself. So even if you don't know the topics, start writing blogs. Sir, I have IT experience, like network and few tools to push, patch, and logs, and server and data center handling. What I can put in the resume and projects? Amit, one thing which you can write is, obviously you are working in a networking and monitoring team, which I understand right now. uh, but I don't know your domain yet. For example, you are working on retail domain, or any domain, telecom domain. So you can write those specific use cases, or else very specific to what you are doing. Log analysis, network analysis, let's say log analysis, machine learning. Start doing a research on that. How to do log analytics, how to find fraud detections, fraud detection in logs. All these things you can start. Event logs, system logs, system generated logs, all these things you can do research and start writing. Aishwarya, yes, medium is best, but it is just best on paper. That's it. Most of your research work, most of your blogs will not be allowed to be published. Even if it is very good, sometimes it happens, medium doesn't allow you to publish. Okay, because of some constraint, because they are very strict on plagiarism. Because if you copy 10% of the blogs as well, it will not be able to pass that test. So it depends. But in case medium is not allowing you, you can use any other platform. So there are multiple platforms. Or else the best way is to create your own profile. Like I have created my own profile, like my own portfolio. So however, I'm not using that, it is just created randomly. But I'm planning to post blogs as well. So you can do your own stuffs. You don't have to rely on any other company. See, ultimately medium is also not paying you anything, right? So if nobody is paying you, then you can use your own platform. Why to use medium? So it's up to you. It's your call. Okay. Oh, okay. Anybody has any other questions? Okay. I was talking about the career path. Now, career path, majorly data science has three career paths. One is your data analysis, one is your business intelligence, one is your data science core. Okay. So these are some of the job options that are possible in the field of data, not only in data science, but into data science, what all are relevant? Data scientist is relevant, machine learning scientist is relevant, business analytics specialist is relevant, data visualization developer is relevant, BI engineer, BI solution architect, BI specialist, analytics manager, ML manager, statisticians. So all these options are available for data science and analytics. Data engineer and big data engineer is something which requires different studies as well. You need to know about some big data tools, some data engineering skills like Spark and all these things. But when it comes to data science, you can apply for multiple jobs as well. Some people also ask me how to search for jobs, which is a very basic question. Many people ask that how to search for jobs, what are the keywords, because based on keywords you get the jobs, right? For example, my skill sets are obviously data scientist, Power BI, Tableau. So what I do is I just search for data science, and then I randomly apply. Then second keyword I search for machine learning, then I randomly apply. Then I search for Power BI. Now this is what I do when I am desperately in need of job. But when I am not in need of job, obviously I go through each and every qualifications, prepare my resume, and then apply. Okay, Power BI. So I apply Tableau. All these keywords you can basically use what all keywords you know. Just type in and you will get something related to this. See, this NLP data scientist was not coming when I had just typed data science, right? Sometimes it happens. So you always have to try, hit and trial. Machine learning, ML also. Just try ML. Right? These things you need to be aware of. N number of jobs, man. My friends who have recently switched from X to data science domain 1 year back, 2 year back, they are holding 5 offers, 6 offers, something like that. So it all depends. Like if you are really willing to learn, you just have to take some guided programs, learn, and then quickly switch to data science. Many people, what they do is they choose for self learning. I am not against self learning, it's good, but self learning is good for people who are casual, who are not pretty much confident about switching their job into data science. Because in self learning, you can definitely not learn everything in 6 months or 5 months or 4 months. Okay. So, so yeah, when you are very serious, go for guided programs, go for courses, go for paid courses. Now, if you ask me which paid course, I don't know. I do have my own paid course, but there are multiple other paid courses as well in the market. So you do your research. I'm not telling you to take my course or something like that, but do your research. Okay. I always tell my students invest in a good trainer rather than in a good course. Okay, because most of the online courses, what they do is they just teach, finish the course, and they run away. So it all depends. Anybody has any other questions? Okay, we have already gone for 1 hours and 22 minutes. Too much. Too much for a live session, live Q&A session. I think that's it for me. If you have any other questions, guys? I'm expecting something out of the box questions, guys. Can you ask anybody if has any questions? Yesterday, sorry for yesterday again. Anybody who had joined, it was horrible. I cancelled my plan. I came yesterday. I had my office party as well. I came from office running for the session. Oh, sorry. Yesterday was Sunday. I had some plans. I think, but I remember I came from somewhere. I cancelled something. I came and then live chat was messed up. So, anyways, okay. I'll keep the call open for next 2 more minutes. In case you have any questions, just ask, or else we'll just quickly wind up. 21 people still watching. Any questions? Okay. Next session is going to be. I have invited. So there are two people I have invited. Moise has been invited for PyCaret, but as he stays in Canada, that is the main problem. So I'm not sure if we can get his time or not. But I I I also have. I think you must be knowing about Imad. If you just search on LinkedIn, you will get him. Imad. So Imad could also be joining. I also have. Okay, let it be whoever it is. Your task is to just join the classes and learn something, right? So there will be something constructive. I can guarantee that. So whatever it is, I will just let you know either through my WhatsApp channels or through my community post how to prepare for stats. Rishikesh, just connect with me. I will try to help you out with some topics which you can uh, which you can which you can go through, or else if you want I can also write down some topics. So some topics for stats will be central limit theorem. Ah, sorry if my spelling is having like there is some spelling mistake or something. Probability Okay, I do have some statistics. Obviously, I will not be able to give you this presentation because this is very internal to my class, but I can give you the topics. Nothing to worry about. Where is statistics? Where is statistics? No, this is the older one. I think I had a latest statistics. Where is that, man? Statistics. Oh. I have lot of materials, guys. Pay me 500 and I will give you everything. Just kidding. Let's see this. I'm not sure if this is the latest one or not. Uh, okay, this is not the latest one, but it's okay. At least you will get the idea. What are the topics? So let me just present it. Is it visible? Yeah, Aishwarya, I'm not sure if because Moy stays in Canada, right? So timing is a problem. But in case he doesn't join, I will try to have some videos on PyCaret and probably showcase. That's the only option. Okay. So data collection methods, okay, understanding the data is very important, which is basics. Try to understand categorical data, numerical data. Central tendency, what is central tendency? Mode, mean and median. Measure of dispersion is not required. In case you want to go for it, it's okay. What is IQR? Okay, this is very advanced, so it's okay. I'll just write it down here. Probability distribution, central limit theorem, sampling techniques, hypothesis testing, A/B testing. What else? Mean, median, mode, all these things you should know. What else? What else? What else? Inferential statistics. So yeah, I mean, obviously these topics are itself very huge, but yeah, you can just learn something in next 6, 6, 7 days or 10 days or 20 days, and then at least your fundamentals, your pillars will be okay. Like you should build your pillars. So that's it. And obviously, it's a it's a forever learning. You have to learn it forever, right? So, sir, should freshers get job in foreign? If yes, then how? Impossible for a fresher to get a job. Just try to understand why a company hires. Okay, for example, let's say I have a company in Hong Kong. Okay, now yeah, Aishwarya, you can connect me on LinkedIn. Yeah, let's say I have a company in Hong Kong. Why would I hire somebody from India and pay them XYZ if I can easily hire an internal guy or somebody from Hong Kong itself? Because visa process, migration, immigration, all these things are headache processes. And unless and until the candidate is really good, if he or she is not falling in the uh, areas where there is huge demand, then most of the visas get rejected. Okay, and for company also, unless and until I can hire X amount of local candidates, I cannot hire an international candidate. Okay, so these are the things. So only those people are hired who are having more experience and who are into those areas where there are no candidates in the local countries. For example, in Hong Kong, probably in data engineering, they don't have much candidates. So that is the reason they are hiring data engineers from outside the Hong Kong, right? If tomorrow they will have enough data engineers within Hong Kong itself, why would they hire somebody from outside? by paying more and all these things, right? Because visa and all these things, it's a tedious task. It takes more than 2 3 months for these processes. So they can easily hire somebody from the country itself, and they can easily join the company in 1 month, right? So that is the reason for fresher it's near to impossible to get. If you are getting a job, you are pretty lucky. Okay, I haven't known anybody who got a job as a fresher. Aishwarya is asking, why do you think Hong Kong is better in terms of working as compared to Germany? Tax. Not many people know about Hong Kong, but Hong Kong is one of the highest paying countries in the world right now. Some people say it's after US, but I say it's even better than US because US has tax. I'm not sure how much, probably 30 40%, but Hong Kong has very less tax. If you have a dependent, like I have a dependent, for me it's within 5%. So the tax is very less. The cost of living is okayish, not bad. Only the rentals are a bit high, but already the salary is very high, right? So that's not a problem for me. I have been staying since 1.5 years around. Last year my tax was zero, simply zero, because I have a dependent. Obviously, down the line, if my salary increases to like something something, I might have to pay taxes. But usually the tax range is between 0 to 10%. That's it, not more than that. But when it comes to US, Germany, I think it's 30%. Singapore, it is 15%. US, I think it is 40%. I'm not sure. We can try tax in USA. So there are multiple brackets. You can see the upper bracket is 37%, whereas the upper bracket in Hong Kong is, I think, 15%. No, 15 or 12%, I think, which is very high, like more than 2 crores or something. So which is very high. So okay, you are explaining awesome. Thank you, thank you. Okay, that's it, guys. Already late for dinner. It's already 11 for me. Thank you for joining in. Yes, tax comes more portion. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, in India also it's 30%, right? So understandable. So that's it from my side, guys. Thank you for joining today's session. I hope you enjoyed the session. I hope I was able to clear most of your doubts. I was running out of topics, so that was the reason I conducted this Q&A session. But I tried to explain each and every question in a better way. I tried to give you as much inputs as possible. So that's it from my side. In case you like the video, please like it, share it among your friends, and subscribe my channel. Don't forget that, and hit the bell icon. We'll come up with a lot of topics like this. Whenever I don't have any topics, I will go live on these random topics, probably on some random topics, but most likely we will have webinars ready. Okay, that's it. And resume tool, Hima, I told you, right? Resume tool is you just have to go to docs.google.com and search for templates, or else I already have GitHub repositories for templates. You can go through that. So you can see the Google Docs itself has a lot of templates. I personally like this template. It's up to you if you like it or not, but this is what I use, and this is what has been very effective for me. So you can use this, right? Okay, how is workload in Hong Kong? When I came Hong Kong, I was told that it's a Chinese country and all these things. But however, things are very different. People think Hong Kong to be under China, but it's not under China. It's a special administrative zone, which I have to explain to everyone. It's a special administrative region, actually. It's not Hong Kong, it's Hong Kong SAR. Okay. And they have their own rules, they have their own legislations. So it's really good. The workload is very similar to Europe and other countries. Strictly 9 to 6, 1 or 2 hours lunch, and it's as simple as that. Work life balance is amazing. Sir, one last doubt. How many years experience professionals are able to get job in foreign? I have my juniors with 3.5 years experience as well. So minimum I would say 2 to 3 years. If you are coming from very good background, like you are coming from IITs or NITs, I know some people who have got jobs in 2 years also. But generally 3 plus 4 plus years experience, you can get abroad jobs. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you everyone. In case you have further questions, reach out to me on LinkedIn. And that's it. And okay, good night guys. Thank you. Bye bye.